Today we're going to be buying some things in Fortnite. So I just reused my Microsoft Bing points that I got from the rewards, so I'm gonna be able to buy this 600 V-Bucks. I need in total something like 1,800. So I'm just gonna use my Microsoft account balance to get the Fortnite pack. So there is something I want to get, but I need to test that this works. So I'm buying it through the Xbox store, but I don't actually have an Xbox, so I'm just going to use the cloud gaming through Xbox Cloud Gaming. Hopefully that should allow me to redeem my currency in the game without needing to actually own an Xbox. So I don't like Xboxes. I actually prefer PC gaming to Xbox, so it's not really something I would use, so I never really bought an Xbox. But Xbox Cloud Gaming is good because at least I can redeem my Fortnite points without needing to actually have an Xbox. So this should give me 600 V-Bucks and some kind of a purchased items redeemed. Your purchased items are waiting for you. So that's great. That seems like it should have worked. And we can verify that if we go into Fortnite on PC. This is through GeForce now. One thing I like about Fortnite is that it does load up quite quickly compared with other games. I think GeForce Now has some kind of special way that they load the game. Sort of preloads it before you even need to, so that you don't need to wait longer. Like, at least you don't need to go through the Epic Games launcher. That's why I understand. So it will automatically go through the Epic Games launcher without you needing to wait for that to load up. It will just go straight into the game. Obviously there's a Star Wars collaboration going on right now. So I got the skin. I don't really like the skin, but the back bling is not bad. The pickaxe is really nice actually. I like this. And 600 V-Bucks. So I'm gonna add that to my favorites because that's a really good thing. So I have 800 right now. So let's go ahead and add that to my favorites. Where is it? This one. So that's a really cool one. Okay, and now I can show you the skin I want. You see I already have 2 of the Dragon Ball skins in my collection. So now there is Goku Black, really cool. I'm really happy that they brought this skin into the game. I didn't really like the original Goku skin, like his eyes looked really weird. But you see in this one his eyes actually look normal. Like, they don't look super narrow. We can zoom in a bit, and yeah, his eyes just look normal. But obviously I need another 1,000 V-Bucks to get this, which would cost me £6.50 normally, but because I use my Microsoft points, I can just redeem it like that. So I'm going to go back to Fortnite, and I'm going to go here. Then I'm going to click on buy, and I'm going to use my Microsoft account balance again. There we go. So now I'm going to do the same thing as before. I'm going to load up Fortnite so that it allows me to redeem my currency once again. I do kind of regret getting the Gohan skin in Fortnite. It's not that amazing. But if they add Beast Gohan, then it might be worth might have been worth it. But as it is, the 2 skins you get aren't that special. I think I would have preferred to have Kid Gohan. The kid version of him would have looked a lot nicer and more interesting character, because when he becomes an adult, he's kind of less interesting of a character. There we go, purchased items redeemed. Your purchased items are waiting for you. Nice. So we are once again coming out of this. And then we are going to go back into Fortnite once again. Actually, before I do this, let me quickly let me change my settings to actually make it widescreen, fully widescreen. We want the bitrate to be the highest possible to get the best possible quality. And then we're going to load back into the game. So it is really amazing how they're adding these collaboration skins to Fortnite. I wish Overwatch would do something with Dragon Ball. It's probably my favorite anime show, like the one that I used to watch the most as a kid. And yeah, that's the one I probably wanted the most. I think Vegeta's skin is really cool as well. And the problem with Gohan's skin also is the transformation doesn't really make sense. Like when you charge up, it looks like you're going into your base form without the yellow hair and stuff. So it doesn't really look that cool. I'm also going to enable the hardware ray tracing as well. Just before I forget, I always need to turn motion blur off. That's the first thing I do. And then textures are on high, hardware ray tracing, okay. So let's just quickly do this. So I first need to put nanite, okay, enable that. Then I need to enable global illumination. Now it should allow me to. There we go. And I just want to make sure, yep. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and buy it. And obviously you can get Goku Black just by himself. And here is the transformation. That looks really sick, I've got to be honest. And this is the bundle. You get this thing as well. Yeah, it looks so good. I don't know if ray tracing will actually affect this, but we're going to go ahead and purchase this. There we go. Let's go. Let's equip that. Formed by Goku Black's Divine Rage. part of the Dragon Ball set, Key Scythe. I haven't actually watched the Dragon Ball Super up to this point, so I don't know what this actually is referring to. But I'm gonna stick with this one because it's such a huge weapon. It looks really cool. And yeah, you can see I've used all of my V-Bucks, and let's try loading into a match now. Oh, why are we on NA Central? Oh yeah, okay, that's probably because I was playing in NA before. Let me quickly go ahead and change that back to EU automatic. There we go. And there are also the Star Wars collaborations as well. I do still have a chance to refund this if I really wanted to. But this one I can't refund, this one I can. Not that I'm going to, because I like the skin. Let me actually put him onto the red skin. Never mind. We can do that in game, because we can still transform and change his form anytime we want to with the emote, with the charging emote. Wow, that looks sick. That looks so sick. Like the way his weapon model stands out so much is so cool. I like the skin for sure. You can see a bit of frame rate stutter there. I'll just show my settings. But yeah, the skin looks amazing. And I can also charge up. This will bring him into the next form. I'm not sure what this is called, Super Saiyan Red or Super Saiyan something. Yeah, that looks really cool. But you can see the frame rate is really tanking because I have ray tracing on. I should probably have changed my back bling just to get the normal back bling. Yeah, I like it. I like the way the weapon matches his hair color as well. Let me turn the volume up a bit. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have any special sound effects that I can tell. So now I have Gohan and Vegeta and Goku. Goku Black. Which to me is just regular Goku because I've never seen the anime up to that point. So I don't even know who Goku Black even is. I guess he's some kind of Goku from an alternate dimension. The evil version of Goku. But yeah, this frame rate is not great. This is GeForce Now priority. So you would expect better. It's completely crashed now actually. That was like a really long crash. That's not good. That's not what you want to have. Let me maybe turn Lumen off then. me turn, okay. Let me turn this off. And I want to put my textures up a bit higher. Screen space, lumen, and post-processing. Let's put this on Epic. Let's hear the charging sound, charging up. That is really cool. So I didn't get much time playing, but hopefully that gave you a good preview of how the skin looks in game. And this is of course GeForce Now Priority Tier, which is still on offer for 40% off until May 20th, so I'm probably going to renew. I think these are the best settings for the game, what I'm using right now, to give you about stable 60 FPS. Like, don't use hardware ray tracing, and just use lumen high and nanite and lumen global illumination at high. Most of the settings are at high, but just I don't recommend using ray tracing it because it brings your frame rate down just too much. But I'm still getting these stutters like all the way down to 20 FPS, which is not good. I would hope that that would be resolved with the GeForce Now Ultimate tier, but who knows. What I could try is lowering the frame rate, capping the frame rate to 30 FPS, and then at the same time we will try hardware ray tracing enabled once again. I think it's gonna still really struggle, but let's just see how it goes. So this is 30 FPS now, locked. Obviously it's not gonna maintain 30 FPS, even with all the with all of the effects and stuff. I don't think it's gonna be able to maintain. I thought I already changed my HUD. Yeah, I did. So why is it still so big? So yeah, obviously you don't want to use hardware ray tracing because of that. So I'm going to turn that off again. "30 FPS is something you can kind of get used to, like when you're watching. If you're just watching something, it's not as big of a deal. You can at least enjoy the high graphics. But then when you do that, you kind of want to put VSync on just for the added smoothness. I'm not going to put VSync on just in case I forget to turn it back off again. And I'll be wondering why there's so much latency, because it adds so much latency. You really don't want that when you're actually playing the game. But when you're just watching, it's fine. Let's try putting our settings a bit down. Put it up to 60 FPS, 120. Don't really need these to be on. There, much smoother. Yeah, actually now I'm seeing it, I think I really do prefer 60 FPS. Like, it's very noticeable. I wonder why the grass element is not showing up anymore. How do I make the grass come back? Because the grass has completely disappeared. Like, it used to be there, right? So I don't understand what's up with that. Oh, there we go. The grass is back now. Because you know how before it was not there, like you couldn't see any of the grass and the plants on the ground. But now you can see them again. I think that adds a lot to how the game looks. Yeah, this performance is not that great. Considering that I don't have Lumen on, I feel like an RTX 2080 should be able to handle this at least 60 FPS. So let me turn shadows all the way off, because I never really see much of a benefit from having shadows. And usually it just takes up performance without really adding to the visual aesthetic. Can't tell if there's any difference yet. Yeah, seems a bit smoother now. And obviously, Tears of the Kingdom got released yesterday. Apparently, people have already found out that you can emulate on Mac with Ryujinx. So it's really amazing what you can do with the Mac. This was even the base M1 model, and it was getting around 15 to 20 FPS, which isn't amazing, but having a game like Tears of the Kingdom be playable at all is amazing. But it's not that playable in that playable of a state, but we could hopefully expect improvements in the future. But could you imagine if Tears of the Kingdom was done in Unreal Engine 5? How amazing it would look. Because it just doesn't look very good unless you run it at a super high resolution, which you can with emulation. And I think the best way to play Tears of the Kingdom would probably be to get an ROG Ally, Asus ROG Ally. I think it's pronounced Asus or Asus, I'm not sure. But that would be great if you could play on that with emulation, and you could play Tears of the Kingdom at a much better resolution, much better frame rate. Hopefully you could get 60 FPS. I haven't really looked into it, but probably there are mods that will allow you to run the game at 60 FPS. And I think Nintendo should just allow people to do that, because it actually brings attention to their games and really showcases the games in their best light, rather than the 720p resolution of the Switch or the 1080p, however much it is. It's actually using FSR on the Switch, so it's not a native 1080p being upscaled. And I'll also show you my advanced network stats so you can see that I have a really good connection, 60 megabits per second bandwidth, and I don't have any frame loss or packet loss. If I do ever get frame loss, it's just a very tiny bit of packet loss sometimes, but it's very occasional. I don't usually get any, thanks to being on fiber to the premises. I upgraded to fiber to the property, which is previously I had fiber to the cabinet, but fiber to the property comes straight to your house like the fiber line. There's no copper at any point, so it's the lowest possible latency, best possible connection that you can have. Yeah, turning the shadows off does really improve the performance, and the game doesn't look much worse either. The game still looks really good. I wonder if Fortnite has DLSS 3. I need to look into that. So that would really help with the frame rate, at least on the 40 tier of graphic cards. The 4000 series, I mean. it would be nice if you could have the DLSS 3 even on the older graphics cards like the 3000 series or the 2000 series. But apparently it doesn't have the hardware to do it. But it's the same with RTX Voice. Like initially they said you can only do it on the RTX cards, but then eventually you could do RTX Voice on GTX cards like 1000 series, 1060, any of the Pascal cards. So I think Pascal is the 1000 series generation. Ada Lovelace is the newest one, the 4000 series. I'm not sure what the 2000 and 3000 series are actually called, like the code name. But overall, even with the problems to frame rate and performance, I can recommend GeForce Now. Overall, it's really good. Just to be able to play so many games like Genshin Impact, Apex Legends, and League of Legends, and Counter-Strike 2 when that comes out. I was also thinking maybe Counter-Strike 2 might actually come out on Mac. That would be amazing. Because CSGO did come out on Mac in 2012 when it came out. But then, obviously since the 32-bit discontinuation by Apple of 32-bit applications in macOS Catalina, so you can no longer run 32-bit apps, and also they moved to Apple Silicon with ARM architecture, so CSGO doesn't work natively as far as I'm aware. If it does play, then I think it's through Rosetta, and I'm not sure if it's a 64-bit app, but it probably is, right? But yeah, if you're playing it through Rosetta, then you're going to get performance hit. And obviously it's not metal optimized. It's probably using something else, DirectX or whatever. But hopefully Counter-Strike 2 will be metal optimized, and hopefully it will be native to Apple Silicon with the ARM architecture as well. Hopefully they do like a universal binary, so it's got the Apple binary and has also got the Intel binary inside of the app. I was kind of thinking of getting a 5K iMac just because right now you can get them pretty cheap on eBay, and they are still using Intel, so efficiency wise they're not quite as good as the ARM architecture ones. Lara 592 is the winner. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Goku Black is now available in the Fortnite store, and I'll be doing more gameplay showcases with those skins, with that skin, and with the red form as well, and also the other Dragon Ball skins. I'll be doing them as well, with Gohan as well. You can see I do have Gohan and Vegeta. His lines on his arms look really low resolution. I'm not sure why that is. I can't remember if that was originally like that. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe and like the video and comment if you have any questions.